too crazy. Listener call-in line, folks, 260-356-2611. I put more photos, Bush, at my website, www.thewatcherfiles.com. I've added more audios to the audio site at www.sherryaudios.com. In the coming weeks, I may do recordings of my own articles in my own voice. Right now, AT&T's Crystal has done all the articles, is the voice of all my articles that I had converted to audio text. And I've heard a lot of good things about that, a lot of positive emails from people who are enjoying the audios, being able to listen instead of having to read articles online. They can just listen while they do something else. So I've had a lot of good feedback on that. And that site's a bandwidth soaker. It's already taking up more bandwidth to run that site than it is the talk radio site at this point. And so I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that for free. But for now it'll stay free. I'll keep an eye on it for next month. I may have to take it down or just let it put it up for maybe 2 weeks a month or whatever. Or just until the bandwidth's gone, then it's gone, and take it down. It'll be down for the rest of the month. And so that's what I've been doing. Like I stated on my blogger, it's just a lot of pressure to always do more and more and more as you become global, and you start accessing a further and wider audience. And it's just a lot of work. People want things done, convenient for them, things that are easier for them. I can listen instead of read. I can read instead of listen, or putting things on DVDs or CDs and passing things around, and or printing out articles, and it's just a lot of work. And I try to keep up as best I can. I don't have any help here. I do everything basically myself here. I do have a translator in Israel who has been translating these radio shows, and for not having English as his first language, he's doing really good. And I know I talk really fast, and so he's keeping right up. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback on the transcriptions of the, people enjoy come back and read transcriptions of the radio shows. They can listen to the audios themselves, or come back and read the transcriptions. I know the deaf audience online was really damning about wanting transcriptions on that. Now that they have them, they can read the shows, read what was said during the shows. And, there's just a lot of different various things, different types of people, different groups that I've been reaching out to in various different ways through all 20 websites. And, Steve?
You have a caller?
Okay, go ahead and put him on.
Hey,
You're up, caller.
Sherry.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Daryl. How are you?
Hey, Daryl. How you doing?
Doing good. Sorry to hear you're gonna hang up the show for a while, but I understand. The money is tight to come by. It seems to me it's going to get a lot tighter the way things are going.
Yeah, well, it's a bad time of the year. Everyone's got their kids going back to school, and gas prices being hiked, and whatever. I just do what the Lord, wherever He's going to lead me next. He's already shown me where He wants me to go next. Go into focusing on Him, and so that's what I'm going to be doing in His second coming.
I think one thing that's good that'll come out of that is a lot of these overfed people are going to have to cut back on their eating if they're having to cut down on their spending.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to ask you, are you familiar with Source Shall Fall?
Yeah.
Did you read that, some of the stuff she's been putting out the last few days?
Not the last few days, unless it's the same as the last few weeks stuff.
With regard to Russian intelligence and...
Yeah, Russian intelligence and Bush being in Riyadh, and what I have to, she's one of these people that I just hold at arm's length, and I think we've pinned her down to Source Shall Fall actually being a David Booth.
You read one of her articles, it'll send you into a panic if you believed it.
Well, that's how she is. She's sensationalistic, and if you believed her, America was heading into martial law already, and people were already in camps, and you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Well, I wish they would try it right now, because it would wake a lot of people up and it would fail.
Yeah, there's a lot of
right
complacency. People don't believe it until they see it.
That's true.
She was. Well, I do believe some of the stuff she says, but at different angles. Like, I don't believe Bush has been in Crawford. I don't believe he was in Idaho or New Mexico, and I believe he's hiding out somewhere too. And she pretty much said the same thing. She said he was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
And because we know, I was looking at the pictures of Bush in Idaho, and it wasn't him.
How about the growing instability of the Earth's core? You read anything about that?
Yeah, where the Earth is speeding faster than the crust. The core is speeding faster than the crust.
Yeah, volcanic activity is going to increase, earthquakes, and on a scale of not seen in modern times. I don't know where she's getting this information, but also this bird flu epidemic. I've heard about the bird flu months ago, and I was prepared for it by taking care of your immune system, but I haven't heard much about it.
I don't think any of their epidemics, and they had 20 of them, I don't think we've seen the brunt of them yet, but I think they're still coming. But the ones that they've been practicing with, this bird's flu and some of the ones last year, didn't hit the numbers they wanted. You know, they were...
So, now, these, you think that when they do come out with these things, that, that when they give out the flu shots are going to be basically what's going to be infecting people, right?
Yeah, it's going to be the shots themselves, because what they're going to do is present a problem and scare people.
Right.
Oh, you've got to get vaccinated for this. But their cures are going to hurt people more than the actual disease itself.
Right. Standard procedure.
Yeah, and we know that pestilence is going to be a dominant problem of the end times. But they didn't, look at why, because everybody's getting all these vaccines.
I'll say this much, no matter how much you read, no matter how much you study, no matter how much you read the Bible, and you just cannot put the pieces together, you're just never going to be able to figure out how it's going to go down,
Yeah, it's always something you didn't expect.
Yeah.
It's always something, because the Lord knows I have all this second coming of Christ stuff and the millennium, all this stuff down. I've been studying since I was a kid, and so I know for the very fact He's pulling me back into it, there's something I've missed.
Uh-huh.
And that's always exciting, because you have to throw out everything you think you know when He starts to teach you something.
I got another question right up your alley. The UFO invasion versus the fake UFO invasion. I was reading some stuff William Cooper had put out. I think it was even on your website.
Yeah.
About what they're going to stage. Basically, they're going to stage an invasion. It's really not an invasion, but they're going to stage one. Is that what you understand?
Well, that was part of the... See, they're playing both sides of the coin. They know that there's aliens out there who will invade America. At the same time, they have their own fleet of UFOs.
Right, in God's time, when God allows them. That's the only reason they haven't already up there.
Right. And so they're prepared to go either route, to have people thinking, oh, it's going to be staged. Because if you read Cooper's writing, it's contradictory.
Uh-huh.
Because it was his belief at the time that the whole thing was staged.
Right.
That all the UFOs were fake, that all the abductions were just military personnel. And then he came back towards later part of his career and said, no, there really is UFOs. There really are aliens.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
So they're playing both sides, so people don't know which one's going to hit them first. The government gives deniability, where they can say, oh, it's just the government, it's just them, and then people don't believe UFOs and aliens really exist.
Yeah, well, even if they do exist, if you're in Christ, you have power over your enemies. What happened to Cooper?
He was shot in front of his home.
He was?
Yeah, the sheriff's deputies had some kind of bogus warrant they were coming to arrest him on, and he wasn't going to be taken. He got into a shootout with the sheriff and the deputies.
Was it relating to his big mouth?
He was ex-naval intelligence, yes.
Oh, wow.
And so he was coming out with a lot of information, and they wanted to shut him up.
Yeah, and how long has Springmeyer been in the can, And when did he set him up?
I don't know about Fritz Springmeyer. I don't know how long he's been. It's been forever.
Has it been?
I mean, he was in jail before I even got involved with the whole New Age agenda, or New Age or New World Order.
Right.
And that's been about 6 or 7 years. So.
You saw his, I don't know when he did that Prophecy Club presentation where at the end of the show he shows a reptilian eye.